Well, Thanksgiving and Black Friday, it's all over. It's officially winter. So I am pulling out all of my winter fragrances, the super heavy hitters, and of course the crisp, strong white florals and all those leather fragrances, everything that screams winter. I have, I think, about 25 niche fragrances that I am grabbing a lot more than others this winter that I wanted to share with you guys. So if you want to know some of the best of the best of the best niche fragrances to suit the season, winter, that cold, crisp, holiday season winter, just continue to watch. Hi my lovely people, welcome back to another fabulous fragrance video. I have for you my top 25 niche fragrances for this winter that I'm rotating through. I pulled these out right after Thanksgiving, so I kind of officially put my fall fragrances a little bit behind, and there are some from my fall lineup that I still wear, but I do differentiate between fall and winter fragrances. Do you guys? Well, the only real difference, or differentiation you should ever make is warm weather fragrances versus cold weather fragrances. But there's something to be said about the ambiance of different seasons, right? Fall has a very different ambiance, different atmosphere than winter, in my opinion, because fall is a lot more falling leaves, very earth tones all around us. It's a little bit even gloomier than winter, believe it or not, because in the winter you get the snow and then sunlight reflects off the snow, so it's a little bit more crisp and white. Do you know what I mean? Whereas fall is a little bit more grungy, kind of dark and vampy vibes. Yes, the only difference really in the wearing of fragrances should be warm weather versus cold weather, but I do differentiate between my fall and winter fragrances based on the ambiance and the atmosphere difference. Okay, so for winter I tend to pick, yes, heavy hitters, like my really strong fragrances that I cannot wear in any other weather but like super cold weather. Yes, I do wear those too, but also like super strong white florals are perfect for winter as well. Now, let me show you some of them here soon. Should I start with my strong white florals? Yeah, I think so. Since, we went there, we mentioned that. My favorite top floral fragrance, white floral fragrance, period, this winter is a new beauty that I added to my collection just recently. I talked about this in one of my recent fragrance hauls videos, not my most recent one, but the one before that. I will link it down in the description box for you guys to check it out. If you missed that, please go check it out. I have a full review of these fragrances, this one in my hand in particular, in that video. This is of course Jasma Kama by Rania J. This is a French fragrance house, you guys. This, by the way, I mean, this bottle is quite heavy and substantial. If you drop it, I have not dropped it, I don't advise it, but if you accidentally dropped it, I don't think it'll break because it's really strong. Very, very sturdy bottle. You guys, this, oh my gosh, you guys, this is the most exotic, sexy jasmine fragrance I have ever put my nose in my entire life. I kid you not. Honestly, when I smell this, I thought it was a little bit of a naughty jasmine, like, argh. Like, do you know what it reminds me of? But I gotta tell you, please don't compare the two, because these are like sky and earth, because there's a huge quality difference. But it kind of resembles the, what do you call it, the Lush fragrance, the naughty jasmine, what do you call it? The Lush one, I'll put that over here. It's kind of like what this is. This is a very sexy, like dripping, sexy fragrance. Honestly, it's a very almost like a carnal fragrance, like very like, you know, it's got a naughty vibe. I thought I was crazy for thinking this when I first reviewed it, when I first hauled it, and I was telling you guys how if it were a person, it would be a person that had sex appeal, right? And after I did my video on this fragrance, one day I was on Fragrantica and I saw reviews on this. And people who wear this, they were calling this an actual erotic jasmine. That's what they were calling it. And that is right there, nailed it, you know. It's an erotic jasmine. I would call it an erotic jasmine. It's absolutely stunning. It is so dripping sexy. It reminds me of, honestly, you know what? It reminds me of like burlesque dancers, you know what I mean? Like fashionable lady, but like in the 1920s, 1930s, like cabaret flapper girl type of people. You know what? This would be the kind of fragrance a Dita Von Teese would wear, you know what I mean? I say that because Dita Von Teese, while she's sexy, she has this elegance about her, this sophistication about her, right? So it is, while it's a naughty jasmine, it is a very much like a, you know, 1920s, 1930s cabaret dancer. Like there's that sophistication to it too, you know, sexy but sophisticated. It's got the most gorgeous jasmine absolute in it with a little bit of rose. To make any fragrance super feminine, rose is what's needed to make it sexy and feminine. And it has loads of vanilla, which doesn't make it too sweet, but it gives it that sort of beautiful, nice dry down. I don't know how to say it. Jasma Kama, you guys, I do have a discount code for you guys to get a 10% off discount on the Rania J website. I will list that down in the description box. So another white floral fragrance that I absolutely love to wear when winter comes is this one right here, Bond No. 9 Chinatown. You guys, this thing right here is a beast. By that I don't mean offensive. I mean absolute projecting, lasting fragrance. I'll tell you a story. One time I was spraying this. I was sitting by the computer and I was spraying it on myself. And, you know, I think when I first got it, and then days went by and I was at the computer again doing something, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, what's that gorgeous scent? I was like, well, wait a minute, that's Chinatown. And I'm like, where is it coming from? I'm not wearing it today. And then I realized it's permeating from the computer keyboard, that a few droplets had fallen several days ago, and I could still smell it and it was still projecting like crazy. That's how amazing this is. This is kind of a slightly there's a slight lacing of spice in here, but not like warm spices that hit you in the face, but rather a very beautiful underlacing of spice. It has the most beautiful white florals like tuberose, gardenia, I think orange blossom, all these beautiful notes, and a little bit of peony. So it's very, very feminine in my opinion. I don't recommend this for a guy. And that beautiful warmth comes from the little bit of cardamom that's in this fragrance. This has loads of vanilla in the base with sandalwood and some other woody notes. So it's a very sensual kind of a woody dry down. It's absolutely beast mode. Love this. This is like the only season I like to wear it. I don't wear it in the fall because, again, the ambiance thing, this is more of a white floral that suits that winter crisp cold weather better. Okay, so yeah, Chinatown. Another one I like to wear in the winter is this one right here. I wear this in winter and early spring. This is EBK Paris Moonstone and Tuberose. This one is a, again, strong tuberose fragrance. It has a very unique touch from the Angelica that's in here. Angelica is this like a slightly green rooty kind of rooty kind of note that adds like a really weird twist to fragrances. It's kind of hard to put into words. This has tuberose, it has gardenia, big blast, well, and jasmine too, big blast of musk, and a little vetiver, I think, giving it a slight earthiness. You guys, it's very beautiful and very strong, lasts for 12 hours plus, cuts right through the cold weather, perfect for the winter atmosphere more and early spring than fall weather. Yeah, that's a good one. Another favorite of mine for winter is right here, the Amouage tuberose, love tuberose. This one is a very creamy feminine tuberose. Absolutely beautiful. It's like, I think of a woman in white, I think of a bride, I think of someone wearing a flowy white dress, beautiful bride in lace. It's very creamy, the creamiest tuberose I've ever smelled. It's also creamy because of the creamy lactonic whipped cream note. There's a whipped cream note in here that adds that milky creamy touch to this, that complements the creaminess of some of the white florals, the tuberose, the gardenia, the jasmine. And it has loads of vanilla, of course. It's always a must. And then some woody notes like sandalwood and cedar. Very beautiful, perfect winter ambiance kind of fragrance. A bride getting married in winter time, that would be perfect for. And early spring, by the way, spring brides, that's a good one too. So another really strong white floral for winter time is this one right here, Amouage Portrayal Woman. This is a spicy jasmine. I say spicy, ooh, it's more spicy than, okay, when I say spicy, that's not exactly the right word. So spicy as in not spice notes, but it smells a little spicy from the elamine note in here. That's a balsamic note. So it's actually technically a balsamic fragrance. So the elamine in here adds this sort of like, how can I say it? This almost kind of velvet kind of smell to it, like strong, slightly spicy, kind of velvety, kind of plasticky like twist to this fragrance. So it smells like fresh velvet and jasmine and a little tobacco. Like there's a little hint of, I think, white tobacco in here that adds a little sharpness to this, that kind of cuts it a little bit. Yeah, it's a gorgeous jasmine that's really strong, that should only be worn in super crisp cold weather. There again, I wear this in winter rather than fall because it's more of a crisp white floral fragrance, though very balsamic and strong and slightly spicy. Portrayal Woman. This is not for the faint of heart. It's a particular kind of fragrance that only a particular type of woman would wear. It's not one for someone who loves like pretty floral kind of fragrances, you know what I mean, you guys? Like if you are just like someone who likes like the innocent floral type ones, this is not for you. This is more of a strong woman kind of you know, statement type of fragrance, you know what I mean? Oh, and then one other white floral that I absolutely love to wear in the winter is this one, and this is near and dear to my heart because it's, well, one, it was one of a kind fragrance that they don't even have it anymore on the Krigler website. So this is a Krigler fragrance, and it is a specific special kind of special edition Krigler fragrance, very expensive, nearly $1,000. This was the fragrance that Krigler created for his significant other all those years ago, I believe in the 1930s, or was it 30s or 50s, I forget. But anyway, it's a legendary fragrance that he specifically created for his fiance, I think. And yeah, so my husband bought it one of the Valentine's days a few years ago, and I only wear it very sparingly on special occasions in the dead of cold winter and early spring. This is Krigler Pleasure Gardenia 79, and it's the Edition Spéciale. It's the special edition. So yeah, this is such a beautiful fragrance, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and spray it a little bit on my wrist. It is such a beautiful, one-of-a-kind, unique gardenia fragrance. It has obviously gardenia, jasmine, and you know, the special thing about it is the fact that there's a little mimosa in here, which adds a slight little bit of soapy vibe to it, and loads of musk that makes it very kind of classy, kind of sexy, not like raunchy kind of sexy. And it's got some vanilla. It's absolutely stunning. My husband loves this on me. Another white floral that I love to wear in the winter time that is quite sexy, quite hypnotic, I would put it. I wouldn't necessarily call this a white floral. Actually, there are some white florals, but it's a very kind of musky, cozy kind of white floral, but very strong, very sexy. Some people like to compare this to like Alien by Mugler. I see where they're coming from, but I don't necessarily agree. Yes, it's kind of like along the same sort of like baddie vibes, where like, you know, sexy girl white floral kind of fragrance vibe instead of like a pretty girl fragrance vibe. That's true, but I don't believe this is a dark fragrance per se like the Mugler Alien is, you know what I mean? So this one is, did I tell you what it is? It's Emikalaf Glamour, you guys. I love this. This is actually, I don't necessarily call this a white floral fragrance. Yes, there's jasmine in it, but there's rose too and other floral notes. It's kind of a plummy fragrance because it has plum, which is what I think makes it very kind of sultry and sexy, and a little bit like, I don't know, that quality plum gives fragrances. It's got peach and apple and I think too some other fruity notes, but it's very floral dominant. I would say floral and musky, okay, with the plumminess. This has a very kind of like cashmeran, which is a very cozy, cashmeran is a very cozy like sweater kind of feeling that cashmeran gives, like gives you like that new sweater kind of smell and feeling. And it has loads of musk in it, which makes it super sexy. The sensual sandalwood is absolutely amazing in it. And another type of fragrance that I absolutely love to pull out in the winter, which actually this is the one type of fragrance that I think work in fall and winter despite the ambiance difference, okay? So I think cherry fragrances work very well in cold weather period, regardless of the ambience. I think it kind of adds to each season no matter what. So I have two cherry fragrances that I never go without in winter ever since I discovered it. Of course, it's Cherry Punk by Room 1015 and Cherry Punk Extrait de Parfum. You guys, these are both very similar, except the only difference is this one is way heightened and elevated, and it's stronger, even stronger I should say. This is quite strong too. This is that beautiful, sexy, edgy cherry leather fragrance. You guys, everyone has the cherry almond combination, which has been done, right? But this one, the difference is, yes, cherry note is a synthetic note, by the way, you guys. You can't make it naturally. It does have the synthetic cherry note has a little bit of an almond nuance in itself. So that's why a lot of the times perfumers would, you know, put almond in it so that it heightens that almond nuance of it. But this one I don't think has an almond note in addition. I think the slight almondiness you get is from that cherry note. But this is rather a cherry leather fragrance. There's leather in here that makes it super luxurious, super fashionable, super stylish, super edgy, okay? Ooh, I love it. There again, you guys, if you are someone who likes little pretty fragrances and you don't like, you know, edgy, sexy type of fragrances, this isn't the one for you. This is for a particular type of woman who likes to kind of, you know, like live on the edge, like who likes to push the envelope, who likes to smell different, who likes to smell fashionable and stand out in the crowd. That's kind of fragrance. That's the kind of fragrance this is. I just absolutely adore the way this smells. I'm not going to go into all the notes and accords. And then there's the extrait version, which is even more heightened than the original. I think this one, the leather note, is even more prominent to me, to my nose. So it's even stronger, even, you know, like super lasting. My husband thinks these are very fashionable smelling. He absolutely loves them. These were inspired by the punk rock chick, you know what I mean? The chick who wears painted denim and leather pants and that kind of edgy, fashionable kind of fragrance. So I do have my discount code with room 1015. It's down in the description box. It has changed. It's a different discount code from what I used to have. It's no longer Cleo 10. So I can't actually remember what the new one is. So please go to the description box to find the new discount code for this house, okay? Otherwise you won't get the discount if you don't put in the right code. I'll put it in the description box down below this screen. There's the 3 dots that say more. Click on it and it'll unroll the description box. You guys know the drill. Another cherry fragrance I always like to pull out in the winter is this one, and fall and winter actually. I wear this both fall and winter. Like I said, cherry fragrances work in both seasons for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, this is Bodacious by Bodecia the Victorious. You guys, this is a boozy cherry fragrance. It resembles quite a bit of Tom Ford Lost Cherry, but this is boozier and a little bit more cherry-like, more strong. I think the boozy facet of this is a little bit more. It's quite sweet. It's a very sweet fragrance. Loads of vanilla. Loads of vanilla. The cherry is very prominent. I believe it's cognac that's in here that gives the booziness. That black cherry, it's not your sour cherry, it's that black dark cherry with definitely almond. This is a cherry almond boozy fragrance, kind of like Lost Cherry. There's some heliotrope which complements the almond note and the nuance in the cherry note, because heliotrope has an almond nuance too. Some pretty florals like rose and jasmine, I think, and heliotrope. And it has deep vanilla notes in the base, the tonka bean, which smells like a deeper vanilla, and the vanilla itself, and the amber, which is like amber's has vanilla in it too, you know what I mean? Some musk and some vetiver. Beautiful fig fragrance, you guys. It's a very nice boozy cherry almond fragrance, which I love to wear this time of the year. Then I have other really strong florals that I like to wear, strong floral fragrances like this one right here, Amouage Blossom Love. Perfect for winter, because this one, you guys, is super strong, like on steroid strong, very strong fragrance. This is a kind of a boozy floral actually, because there's amaretto in here, which is something I love about this fragrance. I don't think I have any other fragrance that has amaretto. I have boozy fragrances, but they're more like cognac, rum, or you know, one of those things. Whereas amaretto, I think this is the only one I have amaretto in. Oh my goodness, this has some of the strongest, like, you know, notes in here. There's a suede note in the base, which adds that luxurious, again, luxe touch to this fragrance. It has like heliotrope, which adds to the almond in here, kind of almondy vibe from the amaretto, you know, which is a perfect pair. I think there's rose and ylang ylang, I think. Amber, vanilla, tonka bean, all the deep vanilla vibes, and that suede note, which is quite special in here. It is so strong. Don't ever make the mistake of wearing this in warm weather. It will choke people, okay? It's quite strong, but for winter, perfect. Okay, another strong floral fragrance is right here. This is Raja Pra Tha Food. This is super strong, and I love to wear it in winter. It's a strong Taif rose oud fragrance. So it's Taif rose is a particular kind of rose, you guys, that is very sultry. If you ask me, it's very Middle Eastern, very Oriental kind of vibes it gives. And the fact that this has a little bit of oud definitely makes it kind of that oriental vibes. It opens with a bit of aldehydes, which I think adds a crisp element to this. You know how aldehydes have that sort of like soapy, crisp, sunny vibes, and this has that Taif rose with the geranium and ton of other florals like jasmine, I think ylang ylang, beautiful. A bit of spiciness too, a little bit of warm spice, and it's a little smoky from the incense, the oud. The smokiness complements the oud note in the base. It's got musk, a little bit of a leather nuance from the labdanum in here. You know what I mean? It's a very sexy oriental rose oud fragrance with a bit of a twist. You know, it's not your typical rose oud, which I think is absolutely stunning. It's a night out fragrance, I would say, date night, night out kind of fragrance, not your everyday fragrance. I mean, look at the bottle. It calls for special occasion. I will list where you can get these perfumes at a discount rate down in the description box. Make sure to check it. And speaking of beautiful rose fragrances that are strong for the winter, is one here, Siberian Rose. This is by Fragrance du Bois. This one is that rose with leather, very, very sexy leather fragrance with rose in it. I believe this has like white rose or something, unique type of rose. I just love, I mean, I smell other notes too, but it's that rose with the leather that really, you know, really like a crisp winter fragrance that when you smell it, you know it's for winter, you know. Absolutely stunning. There again, I will link it down below where you can get it at a discounted rate. Here is another gorgeous rose fragrance that I love to wear in the winter time. I would say strong rose fragrances are perfect for winter and early spring. This one is my beloved #1 fragrance in my collection of almost 500 fragrances. This is, as you know, Kilian Rose Oud. I can smell it over here. This is a 12-hour press fragrance. It'll be on you until you shower. This is a gorgeous kind of fruity opening with that lychee note, but then you have that beautiful rose with that sultry cypral oil, which makes it super sultry. And then that comes the leather note, which adds this sort of luxurious touch to it, and the slight lacing of oud, which you can't even tell it's oud. It just adds teeth to it. It's absolutely stunning. People chase me down to ask what I'm wearing when I wear this. Huge compliment getter. I will link everything down below. And then here's another strong rose fragrance I actually wear all year round. This is kind of a weird fragrance because it is super strong. It's a 12-hour press fragrance that projects to the other end of the world and lasts forever and projects forever, but it's not offensive. So you can actually wear it even at night, you know, in warm weather too, but this actually complements the crisp, cold winter weather. This is none other than Hibiscus Majad by Maison Crivelli. You guys, I have a special deal for you on this fragrance, which is very hard to get anywhere for this Maison Crivelli line. I'll again put all that down in the description box. Check it out. This is the most beautiful rose fragrance. This is like it smells like hibiscus. You know, if hibiscus flowers don't really have a strong scent, but the nectar of it smells exactly like this. So what they did was they took rose and mixed it with spearmint and leather and vanilla to get that sort of hibiscus scent. The leather makes it sexy and luxurious. The bucket of vanilla in here is absolutely beautiful. Like it makes it smell like nectar, you know. And that rose and spearmint work together to make it smell like hibiscus. Oh, absolutely stunning, you guys. Again, I get huge compliments on this. Check down below for a special offer on that fragrance. And here's another rose one. There are loads of rose ones that I'm realizing perfect for winter. Strong rose fragrances. This, you guys know, this is Perfumes de Delina exclusive. I like to wear the original Delina in spring and Delina La Rosée in spring and summer, actually mainly summer. That's kind of a watery rose, but lasts actually, surprisingly. And this is the version I like to wear in the winter out of the three, the trio. This is exclusive. This one Doesn't have the rhubarb note, but has that beautiful Turkish rose with the lychee and the slight bit of oud in the base that blends really well. You can't even tell oud is there. There's a little bit of smokiness from the incense. Absolutely stunning, feminine, gorgeous fragrance. Lasts a good long while and projects well. And here is my last rose fragrance for my winter collection. This one is the Atomic Rose by Initio Parfum. This one is like the Delina original, but on steroid in a way. This has also Turkish rose, very strong, and it's kind of balsamic. Little way stronger than the Delina or even the exclusive here. This is kind of a strong fragrance. Absolutely stunning. I love this for winter. It's a very strong rose fragrance for winter. Then I have a couple of balsamic fragrances that I love to wear in the winter, you guys. Actually fall and winter, these two. This one is Muse by Xerjoff. This one is a very plummy white floral fragrance, loads of plum. It's very plummy, okay? And it has a lot of leather, very strong leather. It's a strong fragrance you can never wear in any other but super cold weather. Very sexy. Absolutely love to wear this in the winter. Love, love, love it. And this one, it blows my mind when people say that this is like a summer fragrance or spring fragrance, just because it has like, I think ylang ylang or something, like one of those typical summer notes. I disagree highly. This is, first of all, a balsamic fragrance. This is, by the way, Xerjoff Overture. This is very balsamic. Just because there's a floral that's typically considered a summer, you know, floral, doesn't mean it makes it a summer fragrance, you guys. This is very strong, very balsamic. And it has a green note that's super cutting, like a fig leaf, I think, in the opening. This to me is a very like resin balsamic fragrance that's perfect for fall and winter. Yeah, it has smokiness too, that it's got some incense, so it's very smoky. So definitely not a summer spring fragrance, okay? Here's another gourmand fragrance, you guys, that I think works perfectly in the winter time. This is by Sora Dora. This is Mandorle. You guys, this one is a caramelly, delicious, boozy gourmand fragrance that I think complements the winter weather, even fall. This is fall and winter both. It is very boozy, caramelly, and vanilla-y, but it has this sexy suede note that gives that luxurious leather accord to it. Deep vanilla from the tonka bean and vanilla in here. A big dose of musk, and there's a little bit of cacao in here too. It's absolutely delicious. And there's a coziness from that sweater-like cashmere, you know. Oh, I love this. I have a discount code for this for you guys down in the description box. I do have one for Sora Dora. Check that out in the description box. So you guys, I just hauled this one in my last haul video. Check it out. This is something that I'm absolutely loving right now. Usually I think I would love this in the springtime more, but I am starting to wear this. This works in the winter too, because pistachio fragrances I think work really well in the winter as well. This is from the Obvious Parfum. This is Un Pistache, you guys. It's the most beautiful pistachio scent, you guys. I said this in my whole video too. It is what I wanted from the Kayali pistachio gelato something fragrance. It didn't have enough pistachio. Now this has the most divine pistachio scent, but it's not too nutty, if that makes sense. It's almost like if pistachio had a flower, right? And there was pistachio blossoms. That's what this smells like. It smells like a sexy pistachio perfume, floral pistachio perfume. It's absolutely stunning. You guys, it is the pistachio scent of my dreams. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you guys have been craving a proper gorgeous perfume like pistachio scent, this is the one for you. I have a discount code with Lucky Scent for you to buy this on Lucky Scent. It's pretty much the only place I've seen selling this brand. Anyway, I will link my discount code down in the, it's actually Cleo 10. So yeah, if you want to get this on Lucky Scent. And then you guys, I have this beautiful gorgeousness right here that I also just now hauled. This is Spirituel by M. Micallef. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is a sexy, sexy, sexy fragrance. This is from their Secrets of Love collection. Oh, I'm so in love with this fragrance. It's so gorgeous. It's another gorgeous white floral fragrance. Has loads of jasmine, but you guys, it's not what it smells like. I don't know how to describe this. This has got loads of like amber in here. It's got a little pink pepper in the opening, and it has the most sexy, I don't know, floral burst in here that I can't quite describe, mixed with pink pepper and some citrus notes, that jasmine with loads of amber, and there's a lot of vanilla in the base. There's benzoin and vanilla. I feel like there's some beautiful fruity notes in here that really, really are very complementary to this composition. This is a very sexy white floral fragrance that I also love to wear from M. Micallef. In the winter time, Spirituel. I just added this to my collection. So yeah, I have that discount code with M. Micallef. It's Cleo 10. Look down in the description box if you guys want a discount on that. Then lastly, I have 3 vanilla fragrances. So one is a very spicy vanilla right here. This is like the only vanilla, I think, not only vanilla, only one of few vanillas I wear in winter, because the vanilla fragrances you can usually wear all year round, but not these. I would say this one is for fall and winter. This is a kind of a spicy vanilla. This is Sultan by Royal Crown, you guys. This is a very spicy vanilla. This has vanilla and a little bit of dates in it, which makes it delicious. A little bit of spicy notes. It's woody. It's super woody. On me, it's the vanilla that shines. I know some people say the woody aspect is more heightened on their skin, but I absolutely love that for winter, for a winter vanilla. It's vanilla dominant, obviously. And then EBK Paris Ruby and Vanilla Intense. This one is that vanilla fragrance that's very different. It has some citrus notes. That's kind of like a weird actually opening for this, but this is a velvet, like it smells like red velvet. If velvet has that specific sort of like, you know, fabric scent, you know what I mean? Imagine it, it's red velvet. It's like the red velvet in the French opera house or King Louis XIV's bedroom, you know, like that kind of royal vibe that gives us a very, very sophisticated vanilla. I like to wear this when we go to see operas or any kind of theater event. I love to wear this. I love to wear this to special nighttime events in the winter time, you guys. It's a specific vibe for winter, if you ask me. Absolutely different and unique kind of fragrance. And then this one is lastly the vanilla, like the crisp vanilla I like to wear in the winter time. This is Gentle Fluidity Gold by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Again, this one actually can be an all year round vanilla, but I do love to wear this in the winter time because there's juniper berries in here, which I think lends itself to the winter. You know, it's a vanilla fragrance that's beautiful and complements that winter cold weather. For around Christmas time, it's a perfect vanilla. Absolutely love it. Okay, you guys, that's my winter niche fragrance lineup that I am enjoying so much right now. What are you guys wearing? I feel like, you know, you saw a theme here. I love strong white floral fragrances for winter, which lends themselves to that sort of crisp white sort of, you know, weather we have, like climate we have in the ambience in the winter. Then you saw some strong vanilla fragrances, and then you saw some cherry fragrances that are perfect for winter, and some really strong rose fragrances. I think those are some really good categories, honestly, for winter time. Yeah, what do you think about my categories for winter? I didn't even realize I had categories, but those all give me these super winter vibes, and they are very, very strong fragrances, heavy hitters, perfect for winter, that cuts right through that cold weather. So you guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, which helps me grow my community. And of course, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I post a lot of fun, short, digestible content. I will see you guys in my next video.